Hello, my name is Lily. It feels so good to finally say that out loud, to own it completely. But it wasn't always this way. Not long ago, I was Liam. Just Liam, a perfectly ordinary guy. Or so I thought. I lived a quiet, predictable life with my wife, Sophia, who has always been everything I secretly admired: effortlessly graceful, impossibly chic, with an eye for beauty that felt like a foreign language to me. I worked as an office administrator. My uniform was a rotation of bland button downs, stiff khakis, and sensible shoes. My hair was short, my face was bare, and my life felt like it was being lived in grayscale. Then something began to shift. It started so subtly I could almost dismiss it. My skin, it became softer, not just moisturized, but fundamentally different. The texture changed, becoming smoother, more sensitive to touch. I found myself needing to shave less often. The coarse stubble that had defined my jawline for years seemed to be retreating. I mentioned it to Sophia, who just smiled that enigmatic smile of hers. "You're just taking better care of yourself, my love," she'd murmur, handing me a vibrant green smoothie. "It's just your body settling into its 30s." But her smoothies were a ritual. Every single morning, without fail, she'd blend this delicious, sweet concoction, insisting it was for my health. Spoiler alert, it wasn't just kale and mango in there. Then came the sensations in my chest, a strange, tingling tenderness. It was unnerving. I tried to hide it, but one evening when Sophia hugged me, I flinched. She pulled back, her eyes not concerned, but knowing. "Oh, sweetheart," she cooed, her voice like warm honey. "That's completely normal. Bodies are always changing, adjusting. It's just a little hormonal fluctuation. Nothing to be scared of." And then, so casually it took my breath away, she produced a simple, soft cup sports bra. It was white with delicate lace trim. "Here," she said, pressing it into my hands. "Try this. It will make you feel so much more comfortable, I promise." My face burned. I shook my head. "Sophia, I can't wear this." "Why not?" she asked, her head tilted, her gaze unwavering. "It's just a piece of fabric. It's for support, for comfort. Don't you want to be comfortable in your own skin?" The logic was disarming, and the tenderness was real. That night, alone in the bathroom, I slipped it on. The feeling was transformative. It wasn't restrictive, it was embracing. A gentle, constant pressure that soothed the ache and made me feel held, secure. Within a week, I was secretly wearing it every day beneath my masculine office shirts, a hidden layer of my new reality. Then it was my hair. "You have such lovely hair, Liam," Sophia mused one night, running her fingers through it. "It would look so beautiful if you let it grow out a little bit. Just try it for me, as a favor." How could I say no to her? A few months later, my hair was brushing my collar, and Sophia was teaching me the sacred art of the blowout, her fingers expertly guiding the round brush, creating soft, shiny waves that framed my face in a way my short, spiky hair never had. Then the name. It started as a whispered joke in bed. "My little Lily," she'd sigh, cuddling close. I'd laugh it off, but the name stuck in my head. Then it appeared in a text. "Don't forget to take the chicken out to thaw, Lily." My heart hammered against the soft fabric of my bra. She began using it around the house with a casual certainty that brooked no argument. "Lily, could you pass the salt?" Soon, there was a mug waiting for me one morning, an elegant gold script, "Lily's little sip of sunshine." "Lily is just a more delicate version of Liam," she explained, her eyes sparkling. "It suits the you I see emerging, the real you." I should have protested, but every time she called me Lily, it felt like a key turning in a lock deep inside my soul. It felt right.
The overhaul of my identity accelerated. It began with my underwear drawer. My practical boxers slowly vanished, replaced by a rainbow of silken lace panties. Then came camisoles that felt like a second skin, cashmere cardigans that I'd wrap myself in, leggings that hugged my newly slenderizing legs. At first, it was a private world, a secret I shared only with Sophia within the walls of our home. But she gently, persistently pushed the boundaries. "The girls at my yoga studio would love you," she whispered one Saturday, holding out a pair of lavender leggings and a matching racerback sports top. "And look, I got you these." She'd even sat me down that morning and, with the focus of an artist, applied a touch of mascara to my now longer lashes, a dab of cream blush on my cheekbones, and a glossy tint to my lips. When I looked in the mirror, I didn't see Liam staring back. I saw a pretty, wide-eyed girl with soft hair and a shy smile. I saw Lily, and she was beautiful. In office, the evolution was gradual but undeniable. The polos were replaced with fitted feminine cut tops. The khakis gave way to slim, ankle-grazing trousers. My hair was now unmistakably styled in soft, face-framing layers. My nails, always kept short and utilitarian, now had a perpetual glossy sheen. And my chest, it was not just tenderness, it was growth. Real, undeniable breast tissue was forming. One day, I wore a slightly fitted top, and Jason from accounting did a double take, his eyes lingering for a moment too long. A hot flush of embarrassment crept up my neck, but it was quickly followed by a surge of something else, a secret, thrilling pride. Finally, Sophia orchestrated the final act. She sat me down on our bed, surrounded by the soft feminine garments that had become my new normal. "My darling Lily," she began, her voice filled with love and certainty. "I think it's time we stopped hiding the magnificent woman you're becoming. It's time to let her shine." And with that, she presented me with my new professional wardrobe, a collection of soft, flowing blouses in floral prints and delicate silks, pencil skirts that hugged my newly curved hips, a pair of elegant, low-heeled pumps, and a proper makeup bag filled with everything I needed to complete the picture. This was my new uniform, not Liam, the administrator, but Lily, the office manager. The first day I walked into the office in a pencil skirt and blouse, my heart was a wild bird in my chest. A few people looked surprised, but I just smiled, my voice naturally pitching higher as I said, "Good morning." And when I fumbled with my new statement necklace, I let out a little giggle, still getting used to all my new accessories. And you know what? They accepted me. They embraced me. They loved Lily. Weeks later, curled up on the sofa, Sophia finally confessed. "My sweet Lily," she said, a playful, unrepentant smirk on her lips. "Those smoothies, they were laced with a low dose of estrogen. I've been gently guiding your body to match the beautiful soul I always knew was inside you. I just wanted to help my wife bloom." And bloom I did. Now I am Lily. I start my mornings with a skincare routine, a flutter of mascara, and a smile for the woman in the mirror. I wear dresses that make me feel powerful and pretty. I command the front desk with a bubbly, confident energy I never knew I possessed. I love the feeling of my stockings against my legs, the sway of my skirt when I walk, and the way my husband, my wonderful, supportive husband, looks at me with adoration. What started as a secret to hide a growing chest became the greatest liberation of my life. Liam was a shadow. Lily is the light. And the best part, my wife thinks I'm the most beautiful girl in the world. And finally, for the first time, I truly believe her.